Yeah, this one took me a while. So, this was an off year for pop music. Bit of a lost season, 2025. I want to reinforce that because I definitely wasn't the only one saying it. It's consensus. This was an incredibly lousy year for mainstream music. If ever there was a time to be an indie snob, this was it. Like, get into Geese or Wednesday or whatever's cool right now. Feel free to check out a pop music. Not a single person will tell you you're out of touch with the culture. You're not gonna miss anything. Because of this, I came into the best list really just scratching my head. I didn't really have a clue what my number one was gonna be, which, I mean, usually I know what it's gonna be the first second I hear it. But even with an expanded definition of hit that I work with now, I didn't feel very excited, and the one or two popular hits that actually were widely acclaimed, I just didn't feel at all. Like, just did not touch me, I don't know. So I was like, maybe I should just rename this list the top 10 pretty goodest songs of the year, or maybe even just letting ChatGPT write it. I mean, what more fitting way to describe a year this lifeless than to let an unfeeling robot do it? It's not a shortcut, it's a stroke of genius. Well, I'm not doing that. But with nothing obvious leaping out at me, I kind of stopped worrying completely if the music really captures the zeitgeist like Chapel Roan or Brat Summer last year. This year, I'm just going with my gut. And because of this, I think people are gonna look at this list, even more than most of my lists, and think, really? This is what you really thought? This is what you're gonna go to bat for? I don't know, I guess. We're counting down! The top 10 best hit songs of 2025. Number 10. Number 10. Number 10. Number 10. Number 10. Something's got to go in that 10 spot. Could put, you know what? Fuck it.
I'm sorry I'm here for someone else, but it's good.
Oh, Benson Boone, you sweet idiot. You sweaty, desperate, back-flipping fool. I can't believe I'm doing this. In a stronger year, I would not be up here defending Benson Boone. Like, I've actually been trying to defend him for like 2 years now because I do not like the way people talk about him. I think people are way too harsh. But then I'll hear that Moonbeam Daydream shit and I'm just like, ugh. No, I mean, he's too cringy and irritating to feel good supporting. And yet here we are. I'm as surprised as you are. When I said he's never had a song I liked, I knew I was lying. He had this one, but top 10 list worthy? Really? Yeah, you know what? I talked myself into it. Like, I've been hearing all the pop stans talk up Tate McRae, another artist with an annoying singing voice and is mostly appealing because of their onstage moves and tight-fitting outfits. So, you know what? Why not Benson?
Sorry I'm here for someone else. It's good to see your face.
Well, this is his one unreservedly good song, Sorry I'm Here for Someone Else. I like the song because, well, for one, he keeps the screeching to a minimum, but I also like that it's a story song. He runs into an old flame while he's waiting for his date, and she's clearly not over him, and he's clearly not over her, but, you know, he's moved on. He's here for someone else. Even though he's very clear that this someone else is, you know, not the one.
Far from perfect for each other, but we're working it out, I suppose.
I mean, I've seen rom-coms. I know how this works. She probably got like an annoying laugh. Or like has a mean, bitchy haircut. You know what I'm talking about. But the past is the past, and he has to pull himself away.
Oh, Benny, don't do it. You're breaking a heart.
Aw, Benny, don't do it.
Benny, don't do it.
Ah, it's heartbreaking. And finally in the outro,
I'm still in love with you.
yes, he realizes that this is his one true love.
I couldn't take it anymore. I was already running for the kitchen doors.
Ah, what a depressing time it is for pop music that music videos don't exist anymore, because if any song needed one, this is the one. I need to see him bursting through that kitchen door. He's probably like racing to the airport before she gets on the plane. God, this should have gotten the full treatment. It's a good song. I mean, if you didn't know this was the Please Stay guy, like if it was mislabeled The Killers or something, would you really think this was a bad song? No, of course not. And it's that earnestness that makes me root for him. I've been seeing people celebrating how Harry Styles is finally putting out a new album and, will finally vanquish his off-brand successor, Benson Boone. Yeah, I was really getting sick of pop stars who had an actual personality. Thank God Harry's back to put an end to that. I mean, I realize the Harry album is probably gonna be a lot better, and it might end Benson Boone's career, but you never know. I've seen even haters concede that this one song's alright. You know who else was considered cringy and embarrassing and over-earnest and their screeching was fucking annoying? Linkin Park. I remember that, and I remember some of those same critics, which included me, grudgingly conceding that actually in the end was alright. And all the haters were wrong then too, so who knows? Maybe we'll all come around to Benson Boone too. There. Sticking my neck out for Benson Boone. Todd, don't do it. Let's do something else now.
I can lose you again, not again, not again, not again. Thank you.
Number 9. Okay, let's take this top 10 list somewhere more respectable. There we go, that's way classier. But not really that much classy now that I think about it. Because this one made the list entirely because it has the funniest song title of the year. Where is my look at it. All caps, an exclamation point, no question mark. Perfect, absolutely perfect. I don't care what style guide you use. If you don't put that title in all caps, that's an editing mistake. And boy, doesn't this song live up to that all caps exclamation point. If you don't know this woman, this is Raye. She's a British pop, soul R&B singer. She's bigger over there, but she's had one American hit already called Escapism, where she basically lives through the Smack My Bitch Up video. It's just a manic barrage of drugs and sex trying to fight off the heartbreak and loneliness. And here we have more of the same, basically.
Help me, Lord, I need you to tell me.
But the energy is more focused. It's more directed at the problem than trying to distract herself from it. And in fact, my only disappointment with the song is that it's about her being unhappy about being single. The only way that title could be better is if this song was about her actual husband being lost somewhere, like he wandered off in the mall. Or maybe it's like a boomer on Facebook who thinks she's being cheated on. Good shit. Boy, she really wants that husband, huh? Ah, God, I love the insane energy of this. I guess that's a better way to handle it than the Bridget Jones thing of ice cream and crying, which is how I understand British bachelorettes tend to handle the situation. The thing about British R&B is that a lot of it is just so tasteful.
You hurt me bad, but I won't shed a tear.
And even Raye herself is kind of indebted to the classics, so I like that she counteracts that with all her, psychotic mania. It's like if Shirley Bassey was on amphetamines. God, she's so mad at him for not existing. Hope she's not this frantic face-to-face. Might explain why she doesn't have the husband yet. But really, this captures being single a lot better than your sad, lonely ballads. Being single is fucking exhausting. I should sing my own version. Where's my wife? Where's my wife? No, that doesn't work, does it? It just makes me sound like Liam Neeson. Good shit, good song. Hope you find that husband, Raye.
Where is my husband? What you want? Think you wanna?
Number 8. Okay, here's a song from a couple years ago. It's by Jordan Adetunji. That's some British kid I've never heard of. Prepare for a one-hit wonderland on him in 10 years, I guess. Anyway, the song was called Kehlani. It's about wanting a girl who looks like Kehlani. And if you don't know who that is, Kehlani's an R&B singer. I bring it up because Kehlani, the song, charted higher than literally every actual Kehlani song. And, I mean, that just doesn't feel right, does it? I mean, the song's not even very good. It's like if Moves Like Jagger was a bigger hit than anything by Mick Jagger. Well, if 2025 got anything right, it was correcting that injustice.
It's so silly of me.
I said this in the last video, I'll say it again. The big silver lining of 2025 was that it was a great year for R&B. And one of the bigger feel-good stories of the year was Kehlani finally having that big breakout smash hit after like 10 years in the industry. I haven't been paying close attention to Kehlani, and just glancing over their Wikipedia page, wow, I missed a lot. But the Kehlani songs I did hear, I noticed they just kept getting better and better, and I kind of sensed that there was an increasing groundswell of support from the fans. And I guess Kehlani found the opening to cash in that momentum.
So can you come pick up your clothes? I had them folded.
Folded is one of this year's great little songs that could. It just kept growing and growing until out of nowhere it was in the top 5. Like, I have quite a few breakup songs on this list. This is the only makeup song I have.
I'll let your body decide if this is good enough for you. Already falling for you.
Where, you know, the song's talking to an ex, very recent ex, it sounds like, telling them that, you know, they should come back to the house and pick up their clothes, with the implication that, you know, maybe you'll like it and maybe you'll end up with less clothes than you came in with, huh? And who could resist, right? Like, what is sexier than folded laundry? Yeah, that's right. Now, with the song rising up the charts, Kehlani got a bunch of great R&B stars of previous generations to take a swing at it. Neo, Tony Braxton, Brandy, Tank. Well, there's a name I haven't thought of in a while. And basically all of them said that this song is hard as hell to sing. So even if this isn't your kind of song, you gotta respect the craft. If Tony Braxton is putting respect on it, you gotta do it too. I wish someone would fold my clothes for me. I can't do it for shit. It just comes out wrong. Number 7. There are a lot of songs this year that I really wanted to like more than I did.
If this world were mine.
One of them was the biggest song of the year, Luther. Man, I loved Kendrick's last album, but I don't really love Kendrick in this mode. To me, it just kind of got lost in the shuffle among the other down-tempo ballads of the year, so there you go. Did not like the big Kendrick duet with SZA with the classic Quiet Storm sample in it.
Some of y'all go get washed, some of y'all just go pop shit, some of y'all
Now
just go...
here we go, the SZA duet with Kendrick with the Quiet Storm sample in it.
I used to think about immature things.
Immature things. Yeah, love it.
Just fuck me, then fuck you, and that's the way I like it.
Yeah, I like this one way better, which I don't necessarily know if I have a reason for it, since it's basically just the mirror world version of Luther. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if SZA and Kendrick just made this out of scraps and discarded lines from Luther. And the problems with this song are like a little more obvious. Like, for one, that sample was already definitively claimed.
I used to think about immature things.
Throw some D's on that bitch! Yeah. And I don't know what that intro has to do with this song, and I don't know what the title is about.
That's the way I like it. I'm 30 for 30, I'm 30 for 30, I'm 30 for 30, I'm 30 for 30.
Like, you know that's ESPN's sports documentary series, right? Is SZA that much into watching content about the 86 Mets? I think SZA just liked the way the title sounded. And to be fair, it does sound great. Like, that's my thing about this song. Just every part of it sounds great. And honestly, I think I just prefer this one because it's not so drippy. Like, instead of wallowing in loneliness, SZA deals with it by reminding herself that she can fucking destroy a bitch.
Chat. Should they fold that bitch no yoga mat? Chat.
Yeah, I gotta say, chat is my favorite new slang term of this decade. It's just funny every single time.
Something about a conservative regular girl that still can beat a bitch ass thorough as fuck.
You know, it's funny, I have no idea what Kendrick and SZA's relationship actually is in real life or in this song. I mean, whenever they team up, they do have chemistry. Kendrick gives off vibes like he's saying, he's like, nope, I'm married, can't, but I would.
Ain't nobody been in a bag, but how many bodies done been in her bag?
And they both seem to be having fun making fun of her various exes. I've seen people speculate that this song's about Drake.
You fucking with niggas that's thinking they cuter than you? Oh, so you on your cycle, but he on his period too? Oh,
Who knows? Maybe everything Kendrick has ever made is making fun of Drake. Like, I don't know if this is gonna go down as a classic in either of theirs' catalogs, but I like it. Chat, am I making any sense? Yeah, it sounds weird when I say it.
Chat. They chat. They chat. They chat.
Number 6. I got asked recently, what do you think the biggest trends were from the year in music? And my answer was music from any other year.
I thought I saw your face today.
It seems like no one has any idea how to break new music anymore because of TikTok, so old music is just destroying new music right now. This is bad news for anyone with a new record to promote, but it's great news for anyone whose music has been building up cred without charting for a long time and is ready to cash that shit in. So I figured, why not put a song from literally 2 elections ago on the list? It wouldn't feel like 2025 without some music from not 2025 on there.
I only do this party for you. Only do this party for you, for you, for you.
Charli XCX was performing Party For You as far back as 9 years ago, but she wouldn't finish it until 2020, as part of the album How I'm Feeling Now, recorded entirely during the lockdowns. This was during the era where Pitchfork had labeled her the pop star of the future, a headline that took 5 years to become true.
It's true, it's true. Only do
But even during Brat's Summer 2024, I didn't realize how literally extremely true that headline was. Because one of those songs from back then would become a hit 5 years in the future after gaining traction on, where else, TikTok. But the really fascinating thing is that Charli decided to lean into it. She gave it a big promotional push with a new music video and everything, and she turned it into a real hit. So Brat's Summer got an unexpected extension. Brat Indian Summer, I guess.
the party bag with the purple bills, and I'm waiting for you by the window, yeah.
Party For You was about throwing a giant party trying to attract someone specific, but they don't show up, which you might recognize as the plot of one of the great works of American literature, although I'm sure Charli was probably more inspired by the DiCaprio version. Bizarrely influential, that movie. Anyway, that was not released as a single back in 2020, maybe because a song about any parties, disappointing or not, was not going to make any sense during the lockdowns.
For you, I was hoping you would come through.
But I guess it might make more sense now. What is pop music in 2025 but the feeling of emptiness after the party? And the whole pop star of the future thing wasn't just a prediction. It was because her music sounded futuristic. Her sound was experimental and it seemed designed to go over a lot of people's heads. Like, this song didn't sound like a party, this was not Dua Lipa or anything. So it's really to everyone's credit that this weird, downbeat, artsy, experimental hyperpop song caught fire. And in fact, this made the list entirely because of that outro. Heartbreaking. You know, it's been fascinating to watch Charli XCX yo-yo between this weird shit that she loves with no mass appeal and her half-hearted attempts at selling out. And now here is that weird shit finally paying off. And this is not just good news for Charli, it's also good for all the pop fans, because this means all their Justice for cult favorites are now in play. We can make Runaway With Me a hit, we can put Dancing on My Own at the top of the charts, the real version. All it takes is the will. Anyway, I can't wait for next year's list. It's gonna be nothing but old David Bowie singles. And that's gonna be way easier to write. Number 5.
And the Oscar goes to Zoe Saldana.
Aw, jeez Christ, another terrible thing that happened in 2025. Amelia Perez winning an Oscar. Bullshit. Total bullshit. That Oscar belonged to one fucking person, and you know it. Justice. Justice. I demand it. Anyway, one of the biggest downsides of Wicked, besides, the last hour of it, is that Ariana has the acting bug now, and she's outright said that we may not see her back in the studio for a while, which has led me to reflect on what a long, strange career she's had. Undisputedly one of the biggest and best pop stars of her generation, yet somehow seems to be embroiled in controversy and tragedy at every turn. Just never quite seemed to have that one moment where she was actually on top of the world. Maybe that's why people aren't making as big a deal about her planned exit from pop music as they should. Well, at least she gave us one great song to go out on.
Did I dream the whole thing?
Ariana entered 2024 in a state of total relationship turmoil, an ugly divorce, and a rocky standing among the general public. You wrecked SpongeBob's marriage, you homewrecker. Boy, that's probably really funny out of context if you don't know what I'm talking about.
Stuck in the twilight zone.
Anyway, this is not the first time she's used her music to address the situation and right the ship. But what she did is she put out a really killer divorce album, Eternal Sunshine, but the best song on it wouldn't be released until the bonus album this last year.
It's not like I'm still not over you.
Twilight Zone catches the moment where she's not exactly over the end of it all, and she's still angry, but it's all starting to fade and become blurry, so all that's kind of left is staring at the wreckage. Like, wow, that happened.
Sometimes I just can't believe you happened.
Notice it not even happened to her, just happened, like something you read about in the book. And after all of it, she feels like she didn't even really know him.
Hope you win the best actor, 'cause I had you completely wrong.
Oh man, someone's got Academy Awards on the brain. Keep going for it, Ariana, you'll get there. And it's weird for us too, because none of us know anything about who her ex-husband was either. Like, he wasn't famous, he was just some guy. And I didn't really get any sense of who he was in her music, except that, she liked doing 34-35 with him. So it's all doubly blurry for us too, listening.
Why do I still protect you? Pretend these songs aren't about you.
You probably think this song is about you, don't you? I mean, I've seen so many pop stars deny that songs are about who they're obviously about, so, thank you for not bullshitting us, Ariana.
Oh, not that I miss you, I don't.
Like, it seems like she shouldn't have to clarify that she doesn't miss him after she trashed him up and down the verses, and that's what really makes it so poignant. Like, that's the acknowledgement that it's changed into something. What? Who knows?
Or was I just not being it? And
Like, much like the movie it's named after, Eternal Sunshine was a record that's more or less about memories and endings. Like, there's a real sense of finality to it. And this feels like the right send-off for Ariana too, as she seems to be transitioning to a new phase of her career. But she's a really good actress too, so I can't wait to see her in Are you sure you don't want to keep singing, Ariana? Maybe?
not that I miss you, I don't. Sometimes I just can't believe you happened. What you wanna, think you wanna.
Number 4. So, I made a crack about British R&B earlier that I feel the need to explain. British R&B tends to have a vibe, a tasteful vibe. That's not all they do, but it's always what I think of. Not necessarily even a bad vibe, like no one's complaining about hearing Sade or Adele ever, but it tends to be very comfortable and unthreatening. Or as I have heard it described once, voices soaked with personality, singing songs with a total absence of it. And as someone who grew up when easy listening was the definition of shitty music, it's kind of hard for me to shed that bias, even though I'm a total lameoid myself and I'm only getting older, so who am I to pretend that I'm any better? Because every now and then you'll hear one of these songs and you'll think, all that stuff we call good R&B, the vocal acrobatics, the energy, the raw emotion, the passion. Who needs them?
Talk to me.
Olivia Dean is a British singer that I don't think anyone in this country had even heard of until like 3 months ago, and then by the end of the year she was clearly one of the hottest pop stars alive. It's amazing considering not only the short time frame, but also just the kind of music she makes. Like, you'd think she was like Britney Spears or something, bursting onto the scene, not someone who's clearly trying to be Gen Z's Dionne Warwick.
Already gave you the time and the place, so don't be shy. Just come be the man I need.
But yeah, sometimes you hear a song and you just know. Instant classic. Just a perfect, immaculately constructed song that even if you didn't like it, you knew you were gonna be hearing this song forever. Like the first time you heard Torn, or Unwritten, or any other song where you're just like, well, gonna be hearing that for the rest of my life. That's a song that's never going away.
Be the man I need, talk to me.
And once this song hit, every other song she had just started climbing up the charts. Her other biggest song right now is called It's So Easy to Fall in Love with Me.
I could be the world to you, the missing piece.
Which is like a really arrogant song where she tries to sell herself as your new girlfriend, which is one of those things you shouldn't have to say out loud. Like, if there's chemistry, you don't have to sell yourself, but it's true basically. It's incredibly true.
It's so easy to fall in love with me.
It's incredibly easy to fall in love with her, for me and for America, and her own country, and apparently a bunch of others.
I kinda like it when you call me wonderful.
You go through her album, you see words like easy, nice, even something in between. Yeah, no kidding. Not too hot, not too cold. It's easy, it's nice. It just feels good and comfortable. This is gonna be a supermarket radio standard. You know what I heard at the grocery store the other day? Stars by Simply Red. Yeah, that's another shining example of what the British call R&B. I danced down the aisle. That's the future of Man I Need. It's gonna make you dance in the store and probably embarrass your future kids. It's so pleasant. It's so happy. Tell you one thing, she'll probably get a husband before Raye does. Number 3. Sometimes I wonder, are we ever gonna get past 80s nostalgia?
Who is this?
Are we done with it yet? Especially with music, which seems to draw inspiration from no other time. Like, can we get to maybe the 90s or the 30s? Anything? But as a pop fan, I will admit, I do get it. The 80s are a time of such towering importance to the genre. It's the decade that legitimized pop music as a genre, so I cannot fault anyone for still using that era for inspiration. And as a noted throwback fan myself, I guess it was inevitable that I put yet another one onto the list. So let me take you back to the time of Dayglow and Hairspray, when synthesizers and Nintendo ruled the world. Play me that totally radical music. More or less officially done with Morgan Wallen, my new favorite country artist, maybe my new favorite artist period, is Ella Langley.
I was all but 22. I think
she's from Alabama, she's cute, she will probably inevitably disappoint me like so many other country singers, but for the time being, I'm way into her. And those of you without a country background might not recognize which era of classic country this is supposed to evoke, but trust me, it's the 80s. This was a song designed to be sung by a woman in a rhinestone blouse and gigantic hair. Just the biggest hair you have ever seen.
just when I thought I got him to fall in love with Tennessee.
And of course, the other big way it's indebted to the classics is its topic, which is about losing a guy to his hometown in Texas.
He's choosing Texas, I can tell.
See, this is just like one of the fundamental bedrock beliefs of country music. There are only two places on earth.
Oh, how I wish Dallas was in Tennessee.
They both begin with the letter T.
If she ain't with me out here in Tennessee, she's probably in Texas.
And they are diametrically opposed.
All my exes live in Texas. That's why I hang my hat in Tennessee.
It's like Mac versus PC, Elvis person versus Beatles person. You just can't adjust. They're just too different. Look at their barbecue versus our barbecue. It's like a whole other planet.
I should've known better than to take him back to Abilene.
Like, I'm not sure this song makes a whole lot of sense narratively. Like, she thought this relationship was going somewhere. She thought she could make him give up Texas.
I wasn't a match for that kind of spark. She's from Texas, I can tell.
And then they visit his hometown. He dances with one girl, and she just instantly knows it's over.
I can jack all by myself. He's choosing Texas, I can tell.
You're just gonna let it happen? Go in there, fight for him. I'm guessing this relationship wasn't as much of a thing as she thought it was. I mean, maybe she was dating Benson Boone from the earliest song, I don't know. But regardless of whether it makes sense as a story, like, it clearly hit something. This is another song that just kept climbing until it hit the top 10, where it has no business being. I mean, it's a country song. It's a country song not by Morgan Wallen. It's a country song by a woman, period. It's a country song that's an actual country song and not some streaming trap slop disaster. And incidentally, this was co-written by Miranda Lambert, so this is Miranda's biggest crossover hit too.
He's choosing Texas, I can tell. Come on, baby.
And above all else, I like that this song has a message. The moral of the story is, always visit your family for the holidays and not his. Thank you.
Just when I thought I got him to fall in love with Tennessee.
What you want?
Number 2.
Oh boy.
Oh boy is right. So I hated this song. Look, I'm obviously a big Sabrina fan, if only because I knew she was gonna be big, and I told you all about it, and I was right. But boy, after the first time I heard the new song, Man-Child, I was actually considering putting it on the worst list. That would have been way too much, obviously, but yeah, not a fan. Another man-bashing song about dating lunk-headed guys who, I don't know, leave the toilet seat up or whatever. I mean, those were my least favorite songs on the last album, too. In my defense, I don't think I was alone. I read the Reddit threads, and they were really harsh on that album, and I didn't really disagree. Well, you know who's the real idiot man she should be getting mad at? Right here. Number 2. Seriously. Boy, if you told me that 6 months ago when it came out, I'd have thought you were insane. But, I mean, it happened. Like, within 2 weeks, everyone had come around on it. I resisted for as long as I could. Stupid. God, that's how you know when you've got a real, honest-to-God superstar on your hands. When every time you hear their songs, it doesn't wear out, it just gets better. But for the record, I do think this has some of her clunkiest lyrics. I think she's using self-care to mean like basic hygiene, which is not how people use that term. Like, self-care is a mental health term about, depression and stuff. It's not about being a gross slob. Hard to get. You just said they choose you.
And I swear they choose me. I'm not choosing them.
There's just a lot of lyrics like that, and they still kind of rub me wrong. And it took me a while to realize that it just didn't matter. The song sounds too good, the hook is too catchy. One thing I really like about Sabrina is that she's as much a genre nerd as like Bruno Mars or someone like that. And somehow, no matter how much the nostalgia mines get dug up, she keeps finding new parts of the 80s we haven't brought back yet. Like, I can't even pinpoint what exactly she's going for here. It's either the part of the 80s where country singers were testing out new wave, or when new wave acts would kind of vaguely sound like cowboys. Whatever it is, it sounds fucking great. And the video helped me get past whatever misgivings I had, which, I mean, let's be real, this is an immediate frontrunner for the best video of the 2020s. It's hers to lose. Like, you have to love a pop star who knows a good Godard reference. Oh my god, my jaw dropped. Anyway, here's my ranking of the top 5 animals in it. Elephant, dog, pig, chicken, and dancing guy about to get hit by a car. Love this guy. MVP. And the video also clarified to me that Sabrina was, winking in the song. Like, clearly Sabrina is pointing the blame at herself for picking only goofy guys to date. And that soothed my fragile male ego. It's funny that there was so much discussion about whether Sabrina was pandering to the male gaze. The lead single was about how fucking stupid we are. And we are, by the way. Oh, that's fun. And now, before we get to number 1, some honorable mentions.
Safe to say I'm the biggest, the largest. Been stepping up since.
Now, here's a song that made me feel a lot better about all the weight I gained over the holidays. I mean, I was really rooting for the guy. This almost made the list. Ultimately, what brought him down is right after he made this song, he sold out with that awful country album. Like, I've seen people defend it, like, no, it was all terrible. I hated it. Ugh, let's hope he moves away from that and gets back to the good stuff real soon.
Does it feel right every time I let you in?
Boy, I really did not get K-pop Demon Hunters, at least at first. And all those songs did grow on me a lot over the course of the year, but I just couldn't ever quite shake the feeling that I was listening to a bunch of fake songs from a movie. But of the songs from it, this was my favorite. And, it might have made the list if not for the part where the guy starts rapping.
But you're breaking through all the dark in me when I thought that nobody could. And you're waking up all these parts of me that I thought were buried for good.
Fuck a red beef, I'm trying to get the party lit.
Being honest, I was probably being dishonest by leaving this off the list, because I really did like this song a lot.
Take a minute, take a deep breath, have a little bit of patience. Drizzy, you amazing, you the inspiration.
A song where Drake dusts himself off after taking the L, looking at himself in the mirror, talking himself back up and getting back on the horse. I found that inspiring. And if that was the guy I saw all year, maybe I would have felt okay promoting him, but if you remember, that was not how he handled the year, so, you know, I just can't. I can't.
Baby, that plane would never take off.
Ella Langley, Remember the Name, great song.
If it weren't for me.
Let's pretend it's not the end of the road.
Wasn't a hit, but if it had been, it probably would have been like number 1 or 2 on this list, quite honestly. God, Miley Cyrus is just the most confounding artist of my lifetime. Just, there is no connection at all between her level of quality and her level of success. I don't get it.
Somebody say a prayer for me.
Shabuzi is a goddamn miracle worker. He somehow managed to end the streak of trash-ass Jelly Roll features. Amen.
Kick the bottom, kick the bag, scratch the Broadway off the map.
Morgan put out like 500 songs on his I'm the Problem album. Only one of them was good, and it was the one where he finally admits that he is in fact the problem. Like, this is a song about how he cleaned up his act, quit drinking, quit doing coke, and quit picking up groupies at bars, and he's still a fucking disaster.
Did my best, but I just can't kick myself.
I don't know if I've ever heard a song about being a dry drunk before. That's, you know, that's really fascinating, and mostly it makes me not horribly ashamed that I ever liked the guy.
And it was not an invitation.
And one to get the Swifties off my back. Kind of fitting that Taylor's best song of the last couple of years is the one about high school. Not a hit either, but I'm all in on Pink Panthers. Pink Panthers, 2026, pay the fuck attention. Gonna be her year, damn it. And now, the conclusion. Number 1. So, picking the number 1 song on your best list is a big deal because it's a stamp on your decision making forever. You know, like it's in the Oscars, whatever gets best picture, that's on their permanent record. So when they get it wrong, woof. So I'm always conscious of that, and that makes me nervous because I'm not sure about this one. But something has to be at number 1, so we'll see how well this goes over. Here we go. Number 1. Fuck yes. When I said Ella Langley was my favorite new artist of the year, I was lying. It's this kid. I'm giving my number 1 to this scrawny off-brand Timothy Chalamet. Oh god, it's so good. Anyway, this kid is named Sombr, S-O-M-B-R, like he's a startup from the early 2010s. He's 19. He sounds 19. His album is called I Barely Know Her. Get it? Get it? Sombr, I barely know her. I mentioned he's 19, right? So who is he? What is he doing? Well, I can tell you this much. He's clearly listened to a lot of the 1975. But instead of Matty Healy's half-ironic diggishness, he's a much more direct songwriter. Perhaps too much so. My big misgiving is that you can tell he's 19 in the lyrics. It's a little blunt, let's say, and part of me cringes at that kind of thing. I mean, speaking from wisdom, kid, we've all been in that situation, and here's how you handle that. Awkwardly and miserably, and it never gets any better. You make small talk at parties for half a second, and then you go to separate corners of the house, and you get hammered, and you contemplate throwing yourself off a building. It will never get easier. Yeah, I guess I'm not that much more mature. So yeah, I've still got the heartbroken emo kid in me. I've made way too much out of stuff too, so I'm not gonna pretend I don't relate. And also, it's just the best sounding song of the year. Like, this had me from the opening notes. In fact, let's rewind it. Let me hear it again. It's insane to me that he's this young and he's got music that sounds this good. Like, you should have to be like a hit maker for like 5 years before you have access to that kind of greatness. Like, it's kind of stunning to me that he's not even bigger. Like, this kid should be like an instant superstar the way Billie Eilish was in 2019. Well, we'll see if he eventually becomes too cringe for people to like, I guess. But as for the moment, I'm putting all my money on Sombr. You know, actually, I guess that list wasn't as bad as I was scared it was going to be. I think I can stand behind most of that. I bet in 10 years, we'll get people looking at these songs and being like, wow, 2025 was a great year. No, it wasn't. We're 3 weeks into 2026 and it's already a billion times better. Do not let anyone retcon 2025. Well, that was the year in music. Awful, awful year. But we're going to start off 2026 right. And for example, one thing that's good already, new Lindsay Ellis content. Yes, a new video from my close personal friend Lindsay Ellis, and, you know, if you watch me, you're probably also a fan of her for, you know, reasons. And this new one is about a deep dive into the horrible, horrible world of police body cam YouTube, which is a bunch of channels where you, the unforgiving public, get to gawk and make fun of all the freaks and drunken wrecks that get arrested by the police. Ah, man, we keep finding ways to make YouTube even trashier than it already is. Oh my god, this place is a cesspool. Whereas Nebula is not. So if you want to find out all the horrible implications of a world where every embarrassing run-in with the law can be laughed at, not just by jerk cops, but also the public at large, you can watch that video exclusively on Nebula, the creator-built platform that's home to smart, weird, one-of-a-kind shows you won't find anywhere else. And, you know, not this crap. And you'll also find exclusives from Maggie Mae Fish and FD Signifier and other people more talented than I am. Yeah, see, they also give out lifetime subscriptions that last for literally as long as both you and Nebula exist. Usually it's $500, but if you use my code, you can get it only for $300. So that's literally a 40% discount. Or if you just want to do the yearly subscription, you can get a full 50% off that too using my code. So that'd only be $30 a year or $2.50 a month. There's no ads, no algorithm, just high-quality stuff made by great non-body cam YouTube artists and video makers. So if you want to watch more Lindsay and a ton of other amazing Nebula originals, use my link to get 50% off. And again, that's just $30 a year or $2.50 a month. Click the link, scan the QR code, and start watching now. Thank you and good night.
'Cause I'm too